Hello and welcome to part 12 of Dancey Cakey making tutorial. So the next part is rigging this mess. We'll start with the cakey part and we'll leave the candle because the candle is actually very easy. It's just a few bones and automatic weighting. The first thing we need to do is to make a T-pose, or get as close to one as we can, because that's what Iclone wants when you set it up in the 3D exchange. So let's make our T-pose. Okay, so this is probably as good as it's gonna get. So there's our T-pose. This is a little supplemental that I'm recording because I lost a piece of this when I was making this originally. I'm just showing how to make the legs of this, and then it will continue on. There should hopefully be not too much change. So the first thing we need to do after we made our T-pose is start our skeletons. So Shift A, add an armature, single bone, and we'll call this Cakey rig, and we'll call this bone hip, I guess. Edit, and I'll bring it up here, and I'll put it on X-ray. And RX90. So this is the first bone. This is our hips. And it goes right in the center, in between here. And then I'll make a pelvis bone, Shift D, hips one. The pelvis, usually something like this, up. When it comes to this, the pelvis is kind of like the bone that controls the whole thing for our Iclone. It's almost like a root bone. So then we'll do, after that, Shift D, move one to here, hips. Now we'll start on our legs, hip, left, and 5 orthogonal, and 3. So I'm just going to move all this here like this, hip left, and extrude. This is this thigh, left, I guess that's a little bit off. I guess that's about right. I'm going to bring it down a little farther, and it seems a bit high. I'm going to disconnect. These are actually facing the wrong way. So here we go. Zip them this way. There we go. Yep. And then this. Okay, so these are all parented to the hip. This is the pelvis. Parent to the hips. The hips are parentage to the hip and pelvis, right, and this one is parent to the left hip, comme ça. 3, oh, 1. Well, this seems off this way again. Okay, extrude this down. Stays connected. It's parented to the thigh. And I'm going to call this the calf left. And extrude this down. And this is our foot. Because of the way it's built, the foot's going to be flat. I might change that after. And then we want to extrude one more. Extrude. So call this one foot. Foot left. It needs to be a capital L. Toe left. Come on, capital L. Extrude. Okay, so I'm gonna take this here, comme ça. Shift D. Mirror in the X local, comme ça. And flip names, and this should all be labeled correctly, I believe. Yep. Because I'm cheating, I'm gonna look. Here we go. That's the original. I guess I lost all the other ones. All H. Yep. Anyways, it looks fine. That's pretty much where we were. Now we'll go back to the actual project. This is the part that I lost. So you'll see that the pelvis is kind of like the boss bone. The hips come off of the pelvis, and that's the hips, main hips, are parented to the pelvis bone, and then the hips left and right are parented to the hips, and then these ones are connected, and then you flip it. So that's how that goes. Okay, I imported a CC character, and actually they used to demand all the bones be very, very straight, but you'll see, well, my biggest concern is the spine and the neck, and you'll see that they're actually tilting them now. Whereas previous renditions of this was just like a giant straight line. They have this is a pelvis. The hip is up straight, so I'll probably switch mine. I'm not going to make a waist. Well, maybe I will. I guess it will be useful for twisting, but it's a face body. That's not going to do much twisting. And then they have bones. I guess their waist is like spine 1, spine. Part of the spine 2, and then these are the breastbones, which we don't need, and these are the ribs. I guess we don't really need to make any ribs. We don't need nubs. Don't mean anything. So if you see a nub and I haven't deleted it, and the orientation on this side is not right. But this side is right. the left side is orientated right, so when it imports, for some reason it doesn't calculate properly on the right side, but the left side is perfect. Anyhow, so there's that, and then I'm looking at this head too. We're going to use some parts, well, some examples from that when I make it. So it's got, I guess this would be classified as the third spine bone, and then the neck is up there. Anyways, I'll worry about that when I get there. It might be prudent to make one. Anyhow, so what I was trying to say was that they've changed and they no longer put everything on a straight line going out the back. So I'm not either. But I am going to do this the same way that they have it for their hips. And see how it works. We can always switch it if we find that it doesn't really work the way we want it to. I'm going to move it up here to the level of this, which is 157, and that is that the head or the tail? I can't remember. I always get this mixed up. 157. That's the tail. Point backspace. 0.157. That's good. And this is not the tail. So these are 157, 157. This should work. And then this is our pelvis, which I guess it doesn't have to be that big. The problem, the bigger the bone, the better it moves around the mesh much, but we don't really want her to be having too much mesh movement in certain areas. So this will probably be fine. Okay, so we're going to start with our spine. This would be spine. And another one here, extrude spine, and spine two, and one more extrude. Spine one, spine two. Okay, that's good so far. And then we want to worry about our arms. So we will extrude one on the x-axis. And we will call this clavicle left. And we will detach it. There we go. And we will put it kind of like that. But as you can see, we've got a problem here. So going to be quite the neck, the spine. I don't know if I wanted that to bend too much more. Oops. Grab it on the y-axis. That's about as good as that's going to get. There we go. Okay. This is our clavicle, which has to go forward more. And I'm going to turn off X-ray for a second. it's going to have to go inside the body, but okay. So you can kind of see what's going on there. That's going to be out of alignment, but it's going to work. I'm going to move it back just a bit more. And I still want it to be below the mouth. Okay. It's quite the, I actually think that'll be fine. Okay, so here we're going now, and we're going to, this is clavicle left. And it's parented to spine 2, which is what we want. Extrude. We want to detach it, so we are, no, we'll call this upper arm left. To go, that's about an elbow, I guess. If you were thinking about elbow, maybe not. Forearm is a bit, okay, upper arm left. Call this one forearm left. Oops. There's a wrist. Extrude. This is the hand. And left, but we don't want it to be directly connected. Sensible, right? Shift D. Finger 1. And when I make my hands, I just start with the thumb, and I call the first bone in the thumb 1 and 2, 3, all the way until the pinky. And then I just, and that seems to work for me. Finger 2. 2, oops, 2. Left. G for grab. I don't have my screencast keys on because they're making horrible lag. Now I'm going to turn off X-ray. Yep. Shift D, Shift D, and this one needs to connect to the hand, and this one needs to connect to the hand, and this one needs to connect to the hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay. Rotate it on his head. Grab it. Rotate it on his head. Grab it. If I did this right, probably shouldn't need a whole lot of messing around with. Okay, so that's our hand done, I think, and it looks like it's parented all right. Okay, so clavicle is to the spine, upper arm, hand, forearm, perfect. Okay. B to select all. Shift D, move it on the Z axis, mirror it on the X local. There we go. Now, if we got it all right, there shouldn't be a whole lot of pushing and pulling to do because the hands are identical. They may not be placed at the same angle because I did manually move these meshes, but not enough to. Looks pretty good. Let's turn the X-raying off. Let's see how bad that is. Okay. There we go. It's about right. Well, I think one. I think that I want that. You see that when it turns, it'll pivot around. It's kind of like, well, it's the axis where you want to pivot. So this is the tail of the bone, like the bone, the part that doesn't move, and this little pointier. Maybe that's the tail. That's the head. Horrible. Anyways, the part that moves is a smaller, pointier end, and the part that doesn't move, that sits rigid wherever you place it, is the ball end, which I guess is the head. I've never been able to remember that. I do not know why, but anyway, so it'll pivot around that point. So if I put that here, hopefully it's going to revolve around like a ball joint in a socket. since it's detached. We need to be careful about that. Anyway, so this is done. Did I flip the names? And the answer to that is no, I did not. So let's hope we can flip the names now, because I completely forgot. And yes, we can. Okay, and I flip the names on here. Flip that name. There we go. Okay, that's good. Everything else is flipped. Okay, so we've done that. Now we have to start worrying about the head. So I'm going to save that for a second and get a glass of water.